Someone in the show, we found out what his secret is and how he keeps going. So if you want a little...
Oh, yeah.
Little bump.
Pick me up.
A little pick me up. Although not the way they're using it. They were using it as if they were getting like
it was
high
like
of
heroin.
weed. Like it was, yeah.
Yeah. A mellowing. It's fine. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Boys Love Mess.
Ooh.
Affectionately titled Only Friends.
Yeah, the mess would not stop in this episode.
Oh, no. The
it
mess
just like kept going.
It's like wave upon wave of mess. 2 years ago in a flashback.
The year was 2021.
Well, see, I don't think the pandemic happened in this universe.
Oh, interesting.
It doesn't give that vibe. Because 2021, it would have given that vibe.
Yeah.
Somebody would have had a mask on. Something. I am going to start this episode by saying that this episode is a khaotung acting tour de force. I'm going to say right now, he is my MVP of this episode.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
He is in this opening sequence with him in the bathtub part 2 with Mew, the way he reacts to the information that other characters are giving him, the way he's so good about like acting with his face. Mm-hmm. Oh,
he starts in the bathtub, and when you're drinking brown liquor in the bath,
it's not a good
sign.
Red wine in the bath?
Red wine in the bath?
Romantic, hot, sensual.
White wine in the bath? You're relaxing off of a hard day's work.
It's a middle of a day bath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A whiskey in the bath? A whiskey in like a hot anything. It gives me the same ick that like a shower beer gives me. I know there are people who like a shower beer. You used to like a shower beer in college.
I tried it for a little bit. I think it was just more about the novelty.
I don't think we should be drinking in a shower.
Yeah.
I think showers off limits. That being said, a bathtub, I think it's a wine. I don't even think it's a beer, to be honest.
No,
I think there's something
no.
not the beer's like not classy, but there's something like a bath is supposed to be. A bath is luxurious as an adult. As a child, it's all you know. It's the only thing your parents will do.
Yeah.
But as an adult, it's a bit of luxury. It's an indulgence.
It's an indulgence.
That's what it is. It's an indulgence. So it should be met with something that feels as indulgent. Mm-hmm. Brown liquor, while it can be indulgent, you can find great.
Yeah.
Obviously, whiskeys, bourbons, other things. Tequilas, brown tequilas.
Yeah.
Golden tequilas.
But just doing it at the bathtub, that just signifies that messaging is not good.
A brown liquor, I'm going to tell you right now, here's what it is. A brown liquor is meant to be enjoyed while you're in a big couch or a big leather like armchair staring into an open fire.
Ooh.
That's the energy of a brown liquor.
Absolutely.
A clear liquor, we're talking a vodka. It's a party event.
It's a party event.
It's a midday event.
Yeah.
Champagne is obviously...
Celebration.
Toasts
only. I'm not really... I used to have the tolerance to drink champagne. Like, I'm drinking champagne.
Well, we would just drink Andre at parties in college, which we would just get and then we were like so confused why we were hungover the next day.
I know. We did a lot of bottomless brunches in college.
Oh yeah, I can like barely drink a mimosa anymore.
I can barely drink a mimosa. I love a Bloody Mary though. But yeah.
But she's a vodka girl. Mm-hmm. Miss Bloody Mary.
But brown liquor, it usually signifies some sort of pain. Do you know what I mean? There's something that you're
something in the cloudiness of the
cloudiness of the liqueur makes it like you've got deep thoughts that you're trying to process.
Yeah. It's a metaphor.
Yeah. Brown liquor is a metaphor.
Shockingly, whiskey is my like favorite liquor. Do we feel like we've really explored that topic?
I think
This might be the only chance we ever have to talk about. Well, not on this show, probably.
Yeah,
but
I think there's gonna be a lot of drinking in the show. First of all, trigger warning in this episode.
Trigger warning.
TW, CW. That phone call is terrifying to receive.
It starts by being like
to even muster up to like attempt to make that phone call. From a story standpoint, it does work really well from like a story standpoint to really see that like it is affecting Ray, and at one point it got really bad.
Ray is a broken person for circumstances that are not entirely within his control.
Absolutely.
He is a victim of circumstance. His coping mechanism is through alcohol, obviously. And the reason he sees Mew the way he sees Mew is because Mew is the like life that he doesn't have.
Yeah.
He really doesn't have problems, as far as we know in the show.
As far as we know.
He really doesn't seem to have any issues. He's got everything together.
Confident in a way that like he knows his beliefs and what he wants to stand for.
He's not a weak character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because even in the fact that he's was
kind.
Like, sometimes we've talked about how like, is there anything more than that?
Yeah.
But I think the true thing to get out of it from is that he has convictions that he's strong about.
I am
everyone everyone else, like all of his friends, are just wailing and flailing all around the lives.
I feel like every week I'm more and more fascinated by Mew.
Yeah.
Because
do you still feel the same way though, that there's something?
My point, I don't think, was that I think he's like a master manipulator.
Right.
I don't think that's what's happening. To be honest, he doesn't seem smart enough for that. But I think it's more that like he wants to have the control in the in like whatever is happening. He wants to be in control.
Yeah. He wants things to be
the way he wants them.
He wants them to be in his own terms, but not in a controlling way, but just in a way that he's always aware, so he's not surprised by anything. And I think like
he's not controlling, but he wants to be in control.
In control, yes. Because I think from what we see here in this one, I think that's why he has strong stances of like, I don't want surprises.
Yes.
I need to be clear what relationships are, which is funny because I don't think he's doing that with Top.
No, I don't think he is either. I think it's very mixed messages.
It's for Top, it's very mixed messages, which is to me feels like, well, you've done that you've been clear with your friends.
Mixed Messages is a great name of a stationery store. And he kind of ends the conversation by being like, I hope I was a good friend to you. I've always loved you. It's not good when it starts to be past tense about something currently happening.
Yeah.
So Mew comes over and finds him crying in the bathtub. And there is a very, very sweet moment where Mew finds the pills, asks him what he took, and then holds him in the bath, and we cut away.
Yeah, there's like
It's very affecting.
Yes, because the way that Ray basically just like wails.
Yes. It's like true grief.
What the true things that he believes, what he's like meant to, where it's like, no one loves me. Everyone that has loved me left me. I'm truly alone in the world. You gotta leave the place where you found your mom.
Yeah, you gotta sell the house.
I think that's because that's the thing.
That's
like
all I would see.
That's all I would see, and also like spaces like that
whatever
carry
he
that
was,
energy.
like 16 years old, 15.
And if you're in college now, like you've been there for 5 years, maybe 5 or 6, you gotta sell the house.
You gotta get out of this house.
I can't tell how far later this is, but it's later from that moment in the bathtub.
So
it's unclear.
So it's still within the 2 years.
It's still within the 2 years, but just not
because this is the moment.
The moment that
was alluded to in the last episode where they kiss each other. And Boston says it was 2 years ago.
Yes.
So it was relatively recent in terms of the bathtub scene.
Thanking Mew, obviously, and Mew is in like, well, you know, like that's what friends do essentially. And Ray was like, well, what if we were more than just friends?
Yeah, he tells him that he will save him when he needs to be saved.
Which is
I think that's very important that he says that, because I do think it's going to come back.
Yes.
I don't think you don't put that in if you're not going to end up
obviously,
making good on that.
But and he goes in and kisses him. And now Mew does not back away right away. He like lets it happen.
This is
cut
when to a later scene.
Yes. And then this is when Boston sees, obviously, and like catches them and like takes the picture.
Yeah, the infamous photo.
So they kiss. Today.
Mew lost his keys. He's spending the night at Ray's.
The fact that it's a back-to-back.
Back-to-back this is so nasty. Mew brings up Sand and is like, you should try to get with Sand. He's so cute. He's got it all together. He's a gorgeous singer. It seems like you may like him. I think you should go for it. And Ray is like, oh, I don't like him.
This comes up a lot because everyone lies, period.
This is only liars.
No one is telling the truth about
only liars in the building. Here are your options. Does Ray not actually like Sand and is using him? 2, does he like Sand, but he doesn't know he likes Sand because he is still hung up on Miss Girl? Or does he know he likes Sand, but he's avoiding it because he
doesn't want like the same thing to happen? Maybe
potentially there has to be a reason that he is worried about it.
I would say it's a mix between 2 and 3. I think like it's interesting because Sand is also giving him mixed messages, right? Of like, I want us to either just be friends, but like there's obviously like very strong flirting chemistry going on.
Yeah.
Before I asked like, does Boston actually like Nick or Top? I don't believe that anymore. I think seeing Ray try to process if he likes Sand is how I think someone in this world is like, I like someone, but I'm not emotionally mature enough to understand that I like them. I don't think Ray truly likes Mew in that way. I think he has love for Mew. I don't think he's in love.
I think he loves Mew.
I think he loves Mew.
I think he is mixed up and mixing feelings of adoration with attraction. I think he loves being in love with the idea of Mew.
That it's Mew. That it would be Mew.
Like Mew is like an ideal.
Yeah.
Like it's someone safe. He's not crazy. He's like calm.
And has seen him in his worst.
And has saved his life.
Yeah.
So Mew falls asleep. And we get a Station of the Cross.
The watching of the sleep.
Then he stops the Station of the Cross in order to do a non-Station of the Cross, which is
a non-consensual kiss.
Sometimes it is the Station of the Cross in BL.
Semantic error.
Which everybody loves.
He does the kiss and then it runs away. Ray kisses Mew.
In his sleep.
Mew obviously jolts awake and is basically like...
Because he fell asleep 2 seconds ago.
It's been like 5 seconds.
He's not in a REM cycle. At least wait for the REM.
Yeah. But you know who immediately goes into a REM cycle as soon as his eyes are closed?
It's a gift.
It is, because I wish I could do that.
You also fall...
No, I don't. It takes me a long time to fall asleep, So Mew jolts awake and is like, girl...
What are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing? I told you once. I've told you twice. Now
I've told you thrice. I'm telling you thrice. Right.
Enough is enough. And you can't just go out here kissing people who...
You can't go out. You can't go around kissing people in their sleep.
You can't go out here kissing people in their sleep.
Especially your best friend.
Who has already told you that he doesn't like you in that way. And the thing is, this whole act... the whole thing that happens, it's for Ray, right? It's for him wanting and yearning to feel like he's not alone.
Reaching out for someone to grab my hand as I'm like drowning.
Yeah.
And it is not ideal, right? But they have like of all the characters on the show, Ray is the character that they have really given the time to explain like his backstory, why he is the way
actions,
he is, even so far in episode 4. Yeah.
Which is really interesting because
it's very hard to dislike him at this point.
Yes. Because right off the bat, you know that the drinking is so self-harm. Ming.
Yeah.
So it's like the story almost needs to be like, well, we need to show you why he's choosing to do this.
Right.
Because I think if it gone longer, or even if the sand relationship didn't kick off right away, I think like by episode 3, I would not like him, because it's like,
yeah,
something's gonna happen. You're just waiting for the ticking time bomb.
Right.
At least this way you understand. So Mew decides to sleep outside, which I think should have been I was like, there's no guest room in this damn house.
There is no guest room in this multi-million-dollar house or whatever. Having crushes on your friends is a part of the gay experience that I think straight people don't understand.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, whatever, there's a whole spectrum.
You have such a small group of people that are like you.
Because most straight people hang out with like people of the same gender as them that they're typically not sexually attracted to.
Yes.
You can have like crushes on your friend in terms of like, I have like a best friend that I like to hang out with the most, but like
it's
having a crush on an actual friend and being like,
well, he already is nice to me and I'm attracted to him, obviously. So it's like,
right.
Why don't we just date?
Yeah.
That's a thing that you have to decide sometimes in a friendship. Like, do I like this person? Do I want them to be a friend?
And it's different from like when like boys will be friends with girls and then like expect whatever and then get friend zoned and be like, well, then why was I even friends with you? Because they were never in it for the friendship anyway.
Yes, because it's for gay men, it's like you're kind of going at it both ways. You don't know how the relationship will pan out.
Also, like the community's like smaller just in general, so like there's only so many.
Yeah. You know what is not part of the gay experience?
We are going to spend the next 15 minutes talking about these fucking pillows. There is no... I want to look dead into this camera.
I'm taking
lens.
off the copyright so you can see it.
They are alleged... These two people in this rich person's house are allegedly sleeping on... I'm not... At this point, they're not shams, by the way. These are throw pillows for a couch. These are decorative throw pillows.
Yeah.
It's one thing to nap on a throw pillow. Okay?
Yeah.
I probably still wouldn't nap on those because they're like it's the texture.
It's like the textured.
Right. But fine. You're not. No one is going to bed sleeping on these. No one. Not a soul. Not a soul can clock. Not a soul can clock. This is so criminally offensive. At first I said this is offensive to gay people. I think this is offensive to like humanity. No one is doing this. I don't even know what person was filming this and was like, oh, we're out of the regular degular pillows. Go grab those two from the like production couch.
And they don't match. And not even in a way.
They're not even matching pillows.
They look.
What is happening?
They don't even like look alike because one is like a longer feathery thing. And the other one, it looks like a wool carpet. Looking ass.
Yes. One looks like a popcorn ceiling, and the other is like a shag rug. I don't think Ray would have these on his bed. First of all, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it, especially since
Let's
everything
believe
is...
he has it on his bed. Fine. He's not
sleeping on
He's
them.
not resting his head on these pillows.
Ray would know that, like, yeah, those are decorative. So if you just want to take... Because they do the whole thing of, like, they're taking their shirts off. They're wearing a shirt to sleep. They're, like, getting the bed ready. They're getting under the covers. You know that's not a damn pillow to put your head on.
You would never... You just...
And this is coming from a fellow C, okay, a fellow Southeast Asian, where we have a fitted sheet, a thin blanket, and two, maybe sometimes one pillow. Okay, we don't do the full set. Flat pillow.
So crazy. Sand and Nick are hanging out because they're roomies. Because they're roomies. I don't know if you remember they're roomies. They're hanging out, and Sand is like, how does he know if he likes someone? Like, if they disappoint him, does that mean he likes them? If he's disappointed by their actions? And you know what? Both of these people need to ask this question to themselves. Because Nick is answering, but is Nick hearing his answer? You know what I mean? Is Nick internalizing what he's saying?
Is Nick telling the answers that he knows that is right, but he isn't doing? That's what he should be.
Nick is in, and I empathize with Nick so hard.
Absolutely.
Because Nick is absolutely in his like, I've been a good boy all my life, and maybe now I'll try to be a bad boy and
he
see
even
if
says
like
it.
it's fun.
He like says it in this episode.
Yeah. Top and Mew are visiting Top's dad's hotel.
From the second that I finally saw Top in this episode, something about him not feeling any remorse
Crazy.
is insane, right?
He very casually calls Mew his boyfriend, which I understand that that's been the dynamic this whole time of being like, you're boyfriends, and then like, no, I'm not.
But
Not
it
yet.
doesn't
Not
even
officially.
feel like there's any heaviness with the cheating at all.
No, it's
which is
very
funny
crazy.
because when he has that interaction with Boston, he's like, I feel really bad about what happened. I'm like,
Dude,
Mama,
are we sure?
It does not look like it, girl.
I mean, give the man the Oscar.
Men who can get away with it because of how attractive they are. Sometimes they're not even that attractive and they feel like they can get
Well,
it.
this one is that attractive. But yes, there are many men who just get away with things because they're unfortunately men.
Men. In our reaction, Adam was like, we're done with photo booths.
We have to be done. We have to leave them at weddings in 2018.
We gotta get rid of the little mustache and the stick.
Oh, God. The little
The
top
glasses,
hats,
the top hat, the boa. Oh my
The
god.
boa.
The boa, the clutch that the boa has in a wedding photo booth.
The big sunglasses.
The big
The big goofy ones. Yeah. I think it's a photo booth because it has to come back to him and Boston's
Absolutely.
thing. I think it has to be a reminder to some capacity of that. 2, yeah, we just wanted to do this cool thing so that people would have this thing that they look back on and be like, oh, I got that at this hotel. It's a great marketing tool. And Mew was like, wow, that's such a good idea. Did you come up with it? And Top was like,
That's not a new idea, Top.
when did this become like a hotel show on Bravo? Like, what are we talking about?
Because that's what they're studying. Girly.
I guess, but that's not what the show's about. Like,
This show is actually about managing a hotel this entire time.
that's the secret.
And if that is what the show is about, this hotel is not. This Airbnb, they didn't work in the Airbnb once this episode.
No.
So it's not going well, girl.
No, it's not going well. He lives in the hotel. They go up to his room. Mew asks Top his number.
Go ahead.
Share.
I don't think it's more than 50.
For you?
Yeah.
I can't believe you're actually answering this question.
I don't think it's more than like 20. I don't know.
I think
you're closer to 60.
I'm at like 75.
Yeah.
And I would say any hookup counts.
Oh, yes.
Not
yeah.
just penetrative, yeah.
Which Mama, Mew, king of non-penetrative, honey. Honey.
Top is like,
Oh, I don't know. I lost count. Or like I didn't, I don't bother
count.
thinking.
I don't know if I love... It's hard because I think it's important to know your partner's sexual history to some degree.
Absolutely.
But I also think it's a very hard line to be like, but also like, I'm not trying to like shame you in any way. But also like Mew should know that, not should, but like, I think Mew does know that he's had sex with a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's not a terribly big surprise. He tried to take him home
The first
night
night
they got together.
Tops has said it though, like Mew is different.
He says it's Boston.
Yeah. But it's like if Mew was not a virgin and they hooked up that first night, is Mew different?
Is Mew's difference Mew, or is it that he's a virgin?
That he's a virgin and he wants
is
to
holding out.
things
What
because
does Top like about Mew?
yeah, exactly.
This is the great question of our times.
Because I don't really get anything in any of their scenes.
I do think forcebook have good chemistry together.
Yes, absolutely.
But you would expect that Top would be like falling for Mew. That you would see more moments of being like, it's the little things about Mew that he likes,
Yes.
and that's why he's trying to change.
They're not showing that.
It's all talk right now.
It's all talk, and it's all Top still like impressing you about things.
Yes.
About like his lifestyle or like
It's
how
very
whatever.
interesting.
So it's like then how?
But I think you are supposed to be at this point like, are we on? Do we trust? I mean, we just watched.
We
him
just
fuck
watched him
Boss.
fuck. Yeah, there is a model
There's a model plane. And the letter B is on it.
Think about a plane.
We have two characters. We have Boston and we have Beam. Our beloved Beams.
Our beloved Beams.
We were like, Beam, I guess? I don't think Boston...
I don't think Boston would give him a plane.
I don't think Boston would give him anything. Except who's the plane from? Because he asks...
Don't trust the
Top.
B in...
Don't trust the B in Top's apartment
Top's
23.
apartment 23.
Because he asked Top about the plane, and Top is like, oh, I don't remember where I got it. It's weird. It's just the B. Oh, it's just the name of it's just like the plane's style or something.
It's like you're making it worse.
I'm gonna cut to it. We end up finding out that the plane is from a person named Boeing, who is his ex.
Which is the name of a plane.
Which is the name of a plane. Fine. This is our third B character, by the way. We gotta find a different letter, but it's fine. He knows you have had a past. It makes you look so much worse if you're like, oh, it's actually nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's
my dad
weird.
gave it to me or whatever.
I don't necessarily, and I don't even necessarily agree that like you have to get rid of everything about like your past partner in order to appease your new partner, right? That is a part of your history. That's who you are. That's what you've been through. Like it would be weird for me to be like, never bring up XYZ because it makes me uncomfortable. Like you lived a life before I came into the picture. Why wouldn't you just be like, oh, that was from my ex, but I think the plane is cute. That's why you kept it.
Something that your ex gave you or whatever. Because I think that also comes up a lot in relationships too. Of
Totally.
like, it's kind of, it's a hotel. So I want to give like a Pan Am feel. Like I want to give like globe trotting.
Yeah.
I am a designer. Once he finds out about Boston, which he will, it's truly going to be like every single time he said about this, he lied.
I get this whole thing with Boston is gonna blow up. It's gonna be so crazy. I cannot wait for that episode. I'm guessing it's episode 6.
Ray's
Sand is has hired a little moped man.
Yes,
to drive
I told
him around.
Adam, like in the Philippines they do too, but you can basically an Uber, but you can ride on the back of someone's scooter.
Yeah. So he's hired. Ray Sops is like, I'll drive you around. I feel bad for like ditching you to be with me or whatever. They go to the guitar store because he's getting his guitar fixed. They talk about what happened, and Sand calls him out, and it's like, it's not cool, basically, to like lead me on and then fuck me over like that. Like, if you just want to use me, I don't want to do this. Because he knows he likes Ray.
He likes Ray.
It's
so
very sweet. But it's also good to stand up for yourself.
Yeah. And it's very refreshing to see someone like make a mature decision.
Oh my God.
Because it's like, yes, I do.
Imagine.
He doesn't say that he likes you, but he's like, he wouldn't call you out on something and want you to challenge yourself into doing something better if he didn't like you.
Correct.
Because if he didn't like you, he'll just be like, whatever. Thanks for the ride. See ya.
So then Ray does this whole thing of being like, it's okay, you can scold me. And he's like, I don't want to scold you. I want you to care about me. I want you to be like a better person.
Yes, it's like, I don't want to scold you. I want you to actually reflect on what I'm saying and change.
I don't want you to, I don't want to have to tell you how to be nice to me. I just want you to be nice to me.
Yeah. But it wasn't even framed like to him. It's like, it was truly framed to be like, just be a better person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sand, the man that you are, the man that you are.
And some of you girlies need to tell that to your friends.
Top is in an elevator.
At this point, I don't trust Top to be alone anywhere. Because Boston might show the fuck up like a little,
oh my God,
like a little imp.
And Boston shows up like in a little imp. Horny side of my brain is like, this is hot. Sorry. Maybe I need to, for my fear of elevators, maybe I need to have sex in an elevator. But my normal side of my brain, that's a purveyor of the show, is like, both of you need to literally never see each other ever again.
Yeah, truly.
Because, Boston, what do you want besides chaos?
You already did
chaos.
It. You already fucked him.
What more do you want? Oh my God.
What more do you want? It's already happened.
Top calls him the fuck out.
He finally pushes him away. Physically pushes him.
Physically pushes him off of him. And it's like, are you jealous because I've chosen me over you? I mean, he basically, he watched our past
He watched our recap and was like,
And he was like, let me take all of this into what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Are you just jealous because I am with Mew specifically? Someone like Mew.
He was like, why would I be jealous of Mew? What I can offer things that Mew could never dream of.
And by him saying that explains why you are jealous of Mew.
Babe.
That is literally, you already proved it, girl.
Babe.
It's called projecting, mama.
Oh, baby. It's not good. And he's like, well, girl, I don't ever want to see you again.
Get out of my damn hotel.
Get out of my elevator, girl. Boston leaves. Top goes up to his room. There's a knock on the door. He answers the door.
It's Beam.
It's Beam. And he welcomes him inside.
So at this point, I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to believe.
Because he does this whole thing in the elevator being like, I really like Mew. I really care for him. I feel terrible about what we did. I don't want to mess this up. I'm a good girl. I am.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake. You're a burden to society.
And basically calls Beam over for some dick wetting time.
Yeah. Or so we think.
It's worse.
Boston immediately from this encounter goes to have sex with Nick.
I know. Insane.
So we're post-coital. Boston gets up to go take a shower, and Nick seizes upon his opportunity
to grab some numbers off Boston's phone.
To find out what he needs to find out.
It's like, it's on an address book. We're sharing contacts, and you see Mew's name, you see Top's name, you see a bunch of people's names. So you don't know who he's trying to contact.
Right.
He almost gets caught, but then like takes a selfie instead and covers it up. And he was like, let's take a selfie together.
He said, let's take a selfie. Well, first he's like, let's take a selfie. Then Boston is like, no, don't take a selfie. And he's like, why? Are you worried that people are going to know that it's your bedroom? He was like, no, I don't care about that. And he was like, let's take a selfie together. And Boston goes, sorry, I can't. My dad is running for Speaker of the House. My dad is Kevin McCarthy. And I was like,
that's weird.
That's weird.
Kevin.
That's so weird. No, but fully like, my dad's running to be in a House of Representatives. And I was like,
this explains everything about Boston. One line has been told what to do his entire life. Mm-hmm. He has been told to like live a facade, obviously, to make it look like his father is like, look, happy family.
He's never gotten the attention from his father that he wants, so he's acting out for it.
He wants to get in trouble so bad that it basically blows. It's that thing. I think, weren't you talking about it?
Yes, I was.
Where it's like it blows up so much.
He wants to explode his life.
Yeah, to explode his life. So that way it's like, well, it happened. Now everyone knows. It'll be all in the papers, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Rather than him making a decision and actually
yeah.
dealing with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite politician's child? I think Sasha Malia.
Chelsea Clinton.
The twins.
Excuse me. The Buttigieg twins.
Obviously.
We find out he was looking. I wrote down Mew, but then I crossed it out. We
thought it was Mew.
We thought it was Mew at first.
Because it's just like him being like, yeah, I've called you here today and I'm going to talk casually to you because I need to tell you something.
Well, he calls him first.
Oh, yes.
And that's when we thought it was Mew.
And then when he invites him to his place and then you find out it's Top.
He called Top. And I love this scene because I really think the power dynamics in the scene are so interesting because in the beginning of the scene, we talked about in the recap or in the reaction, beginning of the scene, Nick has the power in the scene. Nick is like, I know what you did.
Guys, this is like fundamental like acting. Like
so good.
Knowing the stakes, knowing your partner. Like, bitch, we studied this in acting 1 and 2, girl.
Yes, it's good.
Fundamental.
So Nick is like, I know what you did. I know when you did it. I know where you did it. I know everything about what happened. And Top is like, what are you going to do? Are you going to tell Mew?
You're going to tell Mew.
He's still Top.
Yes.
But he is like clearly nervous.
Yes.
And then Nick goes, I want you to
stay away from Boston.
And with this Top immediately is like,
Oh.
you're a little bitch. And it's like, and the way Mark specifically, like looks down and like can't hold his eye contact anymore because there's like,
He's weak.
the acknowledgement of like a little bit of shame because he knows he should not be this bad for Boston.
Because even Top was like, why do you even want to be with Boston? Because he's bad. And Nick says, well, I'm just as bad too.
No, you aren't. Aren't, baby.
Said in a way as if like, well, I'm
also bad.
I'm also bad. So, if you could, not
gonna be a bad boy. Gonna be a bad boy.
So Top is like, whatever.
Bye.
Literally just leaves.
Like, that's fine because I just told him I don't want to see him ever again anyway. So we're all good.
Make sure you talk to him.
Which is weird because aren't you still working on a project together? But okay,
whatever.
He leaves as he's pulling out. As he's pulling out, he hits sand.
Okay, last episode, there was a moment, right, that they were like, oh, I don't like him. And so we're like, oh, there must be drama.
Yeah.
There must be history.
Yes.
This time, they just like right off the bat already are yelling at each other. Like, you're a bad fucking driver. Well, if you're not taking blah, 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 blah.
It's like not good from the get-go.
To the point where they start pushing. They start shoving.
Silent punches.
And then they start silent punching. Girls.
Oh, no.
We're not experts in audio engineering.
Nope.
By any means.
I've never once claimed to be an expert.
I never once claimed to be an expert.
For anyone that has watched all of our content, you know understand. We are not audio experts.
I exported an entire episode of The Eighth Sense with the audio just coming out of one side.
Yeah.
I am not by any stretch of the imagination a sound engineer. You gotta throw a sound effect in for these punches. We know punches don't sound like that. But that is the convention that is established of filmmaking and TV making. That's what sound is for, girl.
Yep. Adds to the realism, even though objectively it is less real.
Because the fact that it was just like a full punch, but it was like...
Well, no, so they're not even... The other thing, too, is like, fine, you're not going to do it. Then they have to really hit each other.
Yeah.
They have to actually be fighting. But you're not going to make these guys fight.
No.
And when they walk away from this fight, they're two of your hottest people on the show. They're obviously just going to get the one little trickle of blood right here and the little blush for the bruise. We understand the convention. So in that term, you understand the convention. Then you should also understand you have to put in the fight sound effects. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is the rules. These are the rules. Nick and Sand after the fight are back up in their apartment. Nick reveals that him and Boston are fucking. And he also reveals that he knows that Boston and Top
have fucked.
Have consummated recently. And Sand is like, how do you know? And he's like, you won't tell.
Nah.
And then he lets him listen to the audio. So now, okay, list of people who know. Nick.
Sand. End of list. But it's not good that we're already at 2 people. Yeah.
Like 2 days after it happened. This is going to explode. I mean, this is a ticking
The fact that there was a full audio. We had this conversation in the reaction of like, because there's also just a quick scene of like Nick listening to the tape again. We were like, it would be crazy if Nick was just like, and I'm a cuck.
And I have a cuckolding kink.
And I think this is hot.
I mean,
that is not what's happening. He does not look turned on at all. He looks completely destroyed
horrified.
And shattered.
Yeah. It would probably be the best case scenario outcome, at least for them as a couple.
Absolutely.
Because then Boston can do whatever he wants. Yes. Nick would still be enjoying that fact.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
It's giving the girl in Sense8. And it's great.
Yeah.
And she's like, they're like, because he's an actor. So he's like, and I'm your fake girlfriend.
Weird. Yeah.
Amazing.
Top stole Sand's ex. Who? We don't know. They're not named. Maybe their name starts with a B.
Maybe their name starts with a B.
Ray goes to Muse. He shows up in Muse to apologize for the kiss. And I wouldn't say it goes perfectly, but Mew does forgive him.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the type of person that Mew is. Which is very sweet. And then Top shows up. And Ray's like, I think it stinks in here. I need to go. I gotta go.
Basically.
Smells like weak bitch.
Smells like cheater. He doesn't know.
Could you imagine? Oh my God. He asks about Mew and Ray. And Mew has this amazing part where he's like, well, I think, it's very important to always be honest with your loved ones, with the people closest to you. I think honesty is such an important value that we hold. So I'm going to be honest just because I think honesty, being truthful, is so important.
And I hope that you will do this, and you'll have to do the same
for me.
So
then he tells him, we did kiss once. Also, Ray was his first kiss, which is a huge part of it.
Really?
So they kissed, and then he was like, but I told him he's just my friend. We're only friends. And so Mew is like, so now I'm going to ask a question to you. Who the fuck is Beam? And Top is like, what are you even talking about? He's like, you didn't introduce me as your boyfriend. You made it fucking weird.
He didn't look at me. And then there's a B on the plane. So I think the B stands for Beam. And he's like, oh no, Beam's just my drug dealer. Very casually. So fun
for his cocaina.
Honestly, okay. If I'm sensing bigger themes now, and this is another one of which vice is truly the worst. You can forgive me for coking up, but you can't forgive me for X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Like Sand and Ray's thing of I chastise you for being a drunk, even though I'm selling alcohol.
Sure.
I chastise you for possibly selling drugs.
Father,
yeah.
And in the yeah, I chastise you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he does say he doesn't want to be with someone who's a drug addict.
Big slay.
I mean, it's a good moment from you for sure, where he's just like, no, I don't.
No, that's gross.
I don't like it. It's not for me.
Great instinct here. Great action from you.
Great action from you. And also, I want to say the biggest part of this whole thing is this does not read as Mew being people who do drugs are inherently bad people. It's blah, blah, blah. It's just it's not for me. Period.
And I don't want to be with a boyfriend that does that.
Right. Period.
Sorry. I don't like the follow-up. I don't like this follow-up because it's then what was it all for, Mew? What is it truly for that you're holding out on him?
So he tells him if he stops doing drugs, that he'll have sex with him. And so this is so crazy. And so then Top takes the little packet out of his pocket, dumps it into the water, stash. And is like, okay, I'm ready.
So weird he threw it in the water.
Yeah, it must mean something. I don't know. Maybe because then it's you actually can't use it now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because if you just throw the packet away, you can go back into the thing and get the packet back out. It's to prove the point. Okay, fine. So he sidles over, just like this. He sidles over to Mew.
Yeah. He LeJazz hots over to Mew.
And then Mew is like, except it won't be penetrative. There is not one definition of having sex.
There is not one definition of having sex.
Obviously.
For
gay men, there is one definition of having sex. If you say, I will have sex with you, I mean, so no penetration. This is hookup number 9. It kind of just starts.
It just gets hot and heavy, and then they're showering.
He reaches in.
Yes.
He reaches in. So then they go take a shower together afterwards. after whatever they do together that was not penetration. And Top literally has a RJ. Top literally, hold my hand. Top literally has a line in this episode where he's like, I used to care about always having to come. And I was like, how is this on YouTube?
I used to care about having to come. Like, I made sure it happened every time. But now I don't. Which made me confused, because then it's like, so then did he not? Did he just
No, he definitely just nut. They are so stupid. These two are
really stupid. Because it's like they're like playing pretend. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like they're talking like real humans.
No.
It doesn't feel real. Which is so crazy, because I feel like, though melodramatic, the other two couples feel more realistic. Like Boston and Nick's is so crazy.
And Nick's is so crazy, but
but
it's such like an early 20s energy of like, yes, yeah.
And San and Ray is obviously so melodramatic.
Is like full melodrama, but
their chemistry is making it.
Their chemistry is making it work, and also like because it's so out of reality.
It's easier. It feels like it's easier to commit to the acting, because it's like the stakes are very evident.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like here, I don't know if it's part of the writing or whatever of like their story specifically, but everything is so like middle of the road.
Well,
like,
they have the here's what it is. They have no actual conflict right now. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
Like something has happened that we as the audience know and Top knows, but there's not even like a level of like Top is like, oh, I'm nervous about it, or like
Top's
whatever.
not nervous. Mew's not like curious at all.
No.
He has no reason
it's
to think
gonna be fun
happening.
once the shit hits the fan. That'll be great.
Yeah.
But
it's weird, because I feel like we should be seeing.
There needs to be an escalation to some degree, and it doesn't feel like there is.
There hasn't been one in this one.
Because this just felt like the fucking desk and the cookie thing all over again.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I mean, I will watch these two read a book together.
Literally.
Like, I don't care. I'm set. But like story Hago wise,
let's
we gotta bump up. We gotta bump up the conflict.
We gotta amp it up.
He tells Mew he wants to be a better person for him, which is like noble and fine. I have complicated feelings about this.
You have complicated feelings about this one.
I think it's fine to be like, I do want to be better. Like, I want to change my ways. Like, I've had a lot of self-reflection, a lot of self-growth. I don't think this character has. It's when you frame it as like, I'm doing this for you. And putting the onus on them, so that it's like, and because I'm changing, then I deserve. It feels like it's transactional.
It's transactional. And it's weird, because it's like what San says, you should just want to be a better person.
You should just want
Why do you need me? Why are you bringing me into it? You should just want to be a good person.
Or if you want to like go
better.
around and like top everybody and have sex with a bunch of people
Go
because
ahead.
you're hot. Who's stopping you? No one is stopping you, girl. Mew literally was like, I don't want to date someone who does coke. And he was not like, please stop doing coke. He was just like, here's my boundary. And you were like, okay.
That's true. And Top was like, yeah. Well, okay, then I'll give it up. I'll give up the stuff. No one asked you to do it. What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want?
There has been no follow through from him that I'm just like, then did it actually affect you?
I can't. I need there to be like tears, screaming,
and Mew.
I don't know if the resolution will be great on this show.
Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about. I think
I
the
hope
like
no one ends up
climax
with
is going to
anyone.
be great.
I think Sand and Ray might end up together, but I don't want anyone else to be together. Except
I don't
April
even
and June.
know. I want Nick to be like with a saint. I want Nick to be with like someone who's like, wow, you're so pretty. Mm-hmm. I want Nick to be with me. How do we make this happen?
Let's write that in.
Let's write that in. Yeah. I almost said young. 30-year-old white man shows up.
A guy who's been around the block.
Ray is back in the tub.
But he's looking at the shirt that Sand gave him. There's been closure that has been had between Ray and Mew.
Yes.
Obviously.
A final, like,
yes.
it really isn't happening. I'm sorry you feel this way. I don't reciprocate these feelings.
Yes.
And Ray was like, okay, your new boyfriend sucks. Have a great life.
Yeah.
See you on our group project.
So I do.
This is all about a group project.
This is all about a group project, by the way. So I think there's gonna be like maybe I don't know if he's hopeful about like maybe there's something with Sand, but they do a flashback of what happens in the rest of their day
At the
to the record store.
Oh my God.
That does give him a little bit of hope.
And they're like listening to this Thai record. And they like start to hold hands during it. And it's so...
The inching of the pinkies.
Oh my God. It was like...
That is the Station of the Cross, I feel like.
But the way that it like slowly comes together, both of you like acknowledging the fact that the other is inching toward the other, it definitely gave me like butterflies. I was like, ooh. And they're so good at like...
They really are.
Looking
Doing
like
this,
they're
like,
in love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there you go. That's the episode. You said...
My MVP is Khaotung. I mean... Baby.
I'll agree. I'll actually do the same because he really goes through like every single emotion that you could think about in one episode.
I'm also going to shift some of our threat levels, our mess levels.
Yes, there's been some, yeah.
I'm going to say Boston and Top are on the same level now.
You're de-escalating their mess?
No, I'm escalating.
So they're going up?
Is 5 the top?
Yeah.
I'm escalating
Yes.
Top, I'm escalating Ray, and I'm escalating Nick. Everybody else is staying the same.
Okay.
Just by one.
We only had one hookup, so I guess the reaching into the pant, I think, was like the biggest. But I didn't even feel like...
No, I wasn't too scandalized, but...
Wow, we've been desensitized at this point.
We've been desensitized. Honestly, it's not a hookup. Is the pinky holding? It's so ooh, you like feel the like tingles. It's so good. I gotta watch the eclipse.
Oh,
I gotta watch the eclipse.
You do?
I do.
Isn't it like angsty? Like, is it action? Is it supernatural? I don't know.
We'll never know.
Never know.